Welcome to the Inner Freedom Healing Hypnotic track. Before we begin, make sure that you are not operating heavy machinery or driving while listening to this healing track. You can also wear your headphones or earphones to listen deeply. To relax your body, just take a second to find a comfortable position. If you're seated in a chair, just adjust your body. Or if you are lying in a bed, just take a moment to find a position that feels the most comfortable and relaxing to be in. And as you find that position, just notice how it feels to be in your body at this moment. And as you're noticing now, you may as well bring your focus and attention to the part in your body that feels the most relaxed, or the most calm, or even the safest. And because you are bringing your focus to your body to find the part that is most relaxed, you can as well take a deep breath and notice how this relaxation in that part increases a little bit more. And because it is increasing now, it may as well expand to the other parts slowly, easily, and deeply. And as that happens, can slowly find yourself going into a deep state of calm and relaxation with ease now, because you can easily go in the state of calm and relaxation. You can just notice how the tension from the parts of your body is starting to release itself. And I'm really wondering if it is your feet first, or your arms, or any other part that would start releasing the tension fully. Whichever part it is, just notice how it is relaxing. More with each breath that you are taking. And because it is relaxing more, you can find yourself becoming calmer and feeling safer with each second that passes. And as that happens, you can go deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper with each breath that you take, all the way deeper inside, knowing that it is safe to relax and feel calm right now, knowing that you are going to be okay. And the deeper you go, the relaxed you feel. The relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. And because you are feeling relaxed now, you may notice the different changes happening in the body overall. Perhaps your blood circulation has changed. Your breathing has changed. Your blink reflex and the eye movement has changed if your eyes are closed. And if they're not, you can just take a moment and notice how they're going to close themselves in their own time. And when they do so, you will go in a deep state of calm easily, relaxing even more, going deeper, and letting that depth help you feel safer. That's right. All the way deeper now in your own time, in your own capacity, in your own way, letting yourself relax even more, focused deep inside. And as you're focused deep inside, I am reminded of something to remind you. When you were a very young child, around the age of 4 or 5, and it was your first day at your school, those alphabets or the letters on that board over there looked like strange structures to you. You did not know what they meant. But as time passed, you started to make mental pictures of those alphabets in your mind. And slowly with your hand, you started to bring those lines together. 3 lines together, and you named it as an A. A straight line and 2 half circles together, and you called it as a B. You went on and learned to write C, D, and so on. And as time passed, those letters or alphabets changed into words, and then you started to write D, O, G, which you called dog. C, A, T, cat. With more patience and growth, those words became sentences, and those sentences slowly turned into paragraphs. And isn't it wonderful to know that all of that learning happened deep in your subconscious brain? You just let yourself be there, and it was your brain, it was your mind that did all the work. You just practiced the things consciously, and your subconscious made it permanent for you. Isn't it wonderful to know that you have unique capacities within you? And talking about unique capacities, I have to remind you of something wonderful and amazing that you have done. The obstacles you have overcome in your life. When we talk about learning to walk, there was no one who came in and taught you how to walk. Of course, someone might have held your hand, but it was you who started to crawl first, and then slowly tried to stand on legs, but fell for the first time. But as time went on, you slowly started to stand up and slowly started to make that first step. And as you took that first step, the second step was followed. And those couple of steps turned into full-blown walking. And that walking turned into running. All of it happened naturally. What a miracle to witness and remember. Shouldn't I remind you of your capacity to talk? As a child, no one taught you how to speak in the language you speak now. You heard the people around you making strange sounds in the beginning, but subconsciously you were paying attention. And the whole information without your conscious awareness was being stored and processed. And when you started to communicate verbally, you uttered a couple of sounds. And when you started to communicate verbally, you made a couple of sounds in the beginning. And then those sounds turned into a couple of words that were not completely formed yet. But as time went on, those words acquired shape and structure, and you started to speak fluently, clearly. And this is how you started to speak. And this is how you started to speak and get your message across. You have such a tremendous history of learning. In fact, at each step of your life, you have demonstrated the innate capacity of learning things without doing consciously anything at all. And today I am wondering how you would use that capacity to learn something of great importance as you're paying attention consciously to my voice and coming to attention. I would like to bring your attention to something that I would want to share with you. It's about a book and a person who is reading the book. The book is a biography of a person who had lived centuries ago. This person who was supposed to read the book was given the task of understanding the personality described in this whole book, whether he was a bad person or a good person, whether he was a devil or an angel. As she began reading the first chapter, it opened up as an introduction to who this person was in his childhood. The childhood seemed quite dark. It was filled with trauma, abuse, neglect, and abandonment. And this person, the one reading the book, started feeling some sympathy towards this person described in the book. But as time went on, and as she started to read about the chapters of the adulthood, she started to feel confused, because these chapters that she was reading now were filled with conflicting experience. The experiences that portrayed the man as good, as well as the experiences that portrayed this man as someone who was bad. Different experiences, different perceptions. The reader at this point became even more confused about who the person was. So after just reading a couple of specific random chapters, she concluded she was so confused that she was filled with unclarity. She was filled with dissonance, and she felt split. She lacked one perception. She gave it a thought for a couple of days. And then a day came when she decided to return to reading the book once again, but this time with a difference. And the interesting thing is that the difference was that she decided to read the whole book from the beginning to the end without coming to the conclusion in the middle, without focusing only the specific parts, specific elements of experience in the specific chapters of the book. And she went along her journey. And as she was reading the book, she came across the different aspects of this person's personality. And as she was reading it, she also came to understand and extract a specific theme that was present in all the chapters, with the difference that in some chapters it was overt or could be clearly recognized, but in some chapters it was hidden. And as that went on, she reached towards the last chapter. And at this point, she had started to get the clarity about who this person is. She started to understand that his core nature, his core personality was the same throughout. Sometimes it was hidden, yet other times it was very overt. Towards the last page of this book, she found herself in a place looking at the personality of this person at a bigger picture. Looking at this person from distance and understanding that the person she is looking at is not only good or just bad. He is a composition. He has a beginning and an end. And throughout the book, throughout his life, his core personality traits, whosoever he is deep within, was always present in one or the other way. Sometimes it was hidden. Sometimes it was very obvious. And then she concluded that this person is someone she would have never wanted to be with if he was alive now. Isn't it wonderful to know that when you look at something from outside and as a whole, you get the bigger picture beyond good and bad? You see deeper in the things that were difficult to understand before. And I'm really wondering how your subconscious mind would apply all of that to each and every situation that matches with the story I was narrating a couple of minutes ago. I would appreciate your subconscious mind and invite it to help and facilitate the deep learning to happen in this given moment, so that you know what you should know, so that you see what you should see, so that you should feel what you should feel, so that you have clarity the way you should have it. And as that happens, you can just notice the different changes happening emotionally in the body. Perhaps there are those deep realizations happening in this given moment. You are seeing things the way they were. You are discovering things not about the person you were with only, but about the relationship as well. Perhaps you're also finding that it wasn't you who caused this to yourself. And that comes with some pain and sadness. And I would like to remind you one more thing at this moment. If you are feeling that pain or any heavy emotion, that you have the capacity to hold it and then slowly release it. Because you in your childhood, and not only in your childhood, throughout your life have demonstrated a wonderful capacity of overcoming obstacles. You have displayed a unique combination of skill set to survive so that you could thrive. And right now, I invite you, your body, brain, mind, soul and spirit, to help you process whatever needs to be processed in this moment. And as you're processing, you may as well just observe that happening as a curious, objective observer. As a curious, objective observer who's dispassionately observing the emotional processing to be happening. Now at this moment you have a choice. You can give all of those emotions to God, to the higher power you believe in. Or if you don't, you could just let them go and let them disperse in the wind. Give them to the water in your imagination. Or just bury them in the soil. Or even burn them in the fire in whatever form or shape they come up. And all of that would happen naturally as you witness that happening now. Just taking your time and processing things. And as you are processing things, you can continue to do so while I talk directly with your subconscious mind or your deep brain. You have been protecting this person throughout their life. You have been there in each and every circumstance they needed you. You have helped them develop the skill set that they have today. You have shaped their personality. You have given the color to who they are. I invite you to help this person and facilitate their healing by helping them have a dream right now. A dream where everything this person learned today repeats itself, but with different characters, different people, yet the same story. And as that happens, you can just let them process things deeper with liberation and understanding. Every night they go to sleep, help them process the emotions, help them have realizations, help them to make meaning of the things in the way they should, and help them to do all of this in a way they can handle, in a way they can process, so that they wake up having a different, unique resolution to their experiences of the past. And you can keep doing that and let that dream fade away now. As I come back to the person listening to my voice now, there is something unique I would like to remind you. Have you ever had an experience where you wanted to drive somewhere, and as you were leaving the house, something distracted you, or you were thinking about something, and when you reached near the car, you found out that you have left the keys in the house, and then you went in again, and something else distracted you. You started doing something else, and then again you were out there without the keys once more. And then you went inside again, and once more it was something, maybe on the TV or your child, and you forgot the things again. Isn't it wonderful to know that we as humans tend to forget things and then repeat them, but then forget again? That is something really deep to wonder. And as you're wondering, you can stay relaxed. And in a moment, I'll start waking you up in a way that you maintain this state of calm and relaxation. I'll start counting from 0 to 5. And on the count of 5, you will slowly open your eyes and wake up. 0. Start waking up even when you may want to go deeper. 1. Slowly start coming back to the awareness around you, to the surroundings around you. 2. Slowly waking up more and more now, becoming aware of your body. 3. Waking up, touching your hands. 4. Start slowly opening your eyes. And 5. Wake up. That's right. Fully open your eyes, rub your face. There you go.